Shabbat Shalom. I thought tonight I'd talk about a light topic. Today is Go Texan Day, after all, which is the official kickoff day for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. My first rodeo in Houston, well, it wasn't my first rodeo. My first rodeo was in Tucson, Arizona, where I grew up. But my first rodeo in Houston, I made a point of going to the livestock show and specifically going to see the pigs. Well, you know, I guess I live a short of a sheltered life, and I didn't recall seeing pigs before, you know, close up and personal like. So sure enough, there they were. Saw a couple of them lying on their sides, and clearly visible were their split hoofs. I just wanted to check to be sure. One of the two requirements, you know, for kosher animals is that they have split hooves, and the Bible says they does, and they do. But unfortunately, the second requirement is that they chew their cud. That is, they have multiple stomachs to process their food. And pigs don't chew their cud. That's why they're not kosher. Anyway, 2 years ago, as we all painfully remember, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo was cut short by the pandemic. And last year, the rodeo was entirely canceled, although we still had Go Texan Day. So as we get ready for the rodeo this year, I wondered, well, I'm a rabbi after all, and I wondered if there wasn't a special blessing that we might recite before going to attend. And it occurred to me that the most likely blessing to recite, especially this year, since it's been so long since we had a rodeo in Houston, this year we should say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'echianu v'kiyamanu v'gianu lazman hazeh. You see, you agree with me. Blessed are you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has kept us alive and sustained us and enabled us to celebrate this very special occasion. Now, this blessing is recited, as you know, when we experience something new, such as eating fruit for the first time each year, or for celebrating the festivals every year, or for a joyous family occasion, or moving into a new home, or getting new clothes, or even seeing an old friend you haven't seen for a very long time. And I think going to the rodeo, which we haven't been able to do for such a very long time, is worthy of this special blessing. But wait, there's more. If you're going to watch the Buck and Broncos, you might consider a variation of the blessing the rabbi gave the czar in Fiddler on the Roof. May God bless and keep the Bronco rider safe and healthy and firmly on the horse. All kidding aside, there is another less well-known but very real blessing that we recite when we see many kinds of animals, or a particularly unusual animal. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, mishaneh habriot. Blessed are you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes different creatures. And there's a blessing that you can recite if you see a tree, or an animal, or even a person that is extraordinarily attractive. And let's face it, you're likely to see at least one of these things at the rodeo. So here's the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shekachalo ba'olamo. Blessed are you, eternal one of God, sovereign of the universe, who makes such things in his world. Good luck finding something kosher to eat at the rodeo. The items I saw on the menu included deep-fried jambalaya roll. I don't think I need to tell you what's in that. Southern fried chicken Alfredo ball. Bacon mac and cheese egg roll. Well, you get the idea. So that raises the question, if one eats something that isn't kosher, should you say a bracha over it before you eat it? And naturally, being Jews, the answer is probably no, but maybe yes. You see, Rabbi Meir in the Talmud says that you should not say a blessing. That became the majority view in Jewish law. I mean, it just seems wrong to say a blessing when you know you're going to do something that you're not supposed to do. But there were a few rabbis in the Middle Ages who argue that the purpose of reciting a blessing before we eat is to thank God for creating food. And if we don't thank God for the food that God created, it's as if we're stealing it. So even if what you're eating is forbidden, you're making matters worse by not reciting a blessing before you partake. I'm probably going to pack my own lunch. I don't want to give my cardiologist a heart attack. One more thing you might consider while you're at the rodeo, there's a beautiful verse in the book of Psalms. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chachma asita, malah haaretz kinyanecha. How abundant are your deeds, Eternal One, all of them made with wisdom. The earth is filled with your creations. But whatever you do in the coming weeks of rodeo, if you partake of the festivities, be sure to take a moment to thank God in whatever way that you might feel appropriate. Thank God that we are able to have precious moments of joy and happiness to celebrate in our uniquely Texan way, the gift of life, friends, and family. And a good Shabbos to all y'all.